Hey folks, I'm Ted Cantu, and I'm here with Great Lakes Bio-Recovery and Brian Zajac. How you doing, Brian?
Good, Ted. How are you?
Good. Brian, I'm really excited about the kind of work that you do because it's so unusual and it's very much needed. And in times of emergency, it's good to have someone like you who's very personable, who can be on the scene to help.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and that's one of the reasons I started this company. Is I saw a need for this type of service, and you know, hopefully I'm filling that need.
Yeah, and you know, and the thing about what you do is you never really know you need it until you need it.
Right.
Which is why, you know, you're so visible.
Right.
You know, and
you know, I meet several people a day. You know, and I always talk to them about my business, or you know, they'll see a vehicle of mine that has my lettering on the side.
Yes.
And they're always asking me about it. You know, and I hand out the card, and the one thing they say is, you know, I hope I never need your services. And
right.
You know, it's unfortunate, but you know, we live in a time that people do need these services, and they may not know it, and that's why we're here.
Okay, fantastic. I want to talk about a situation that I'm not going to mention names here, but it's a friend of mine who's in a fix and flip housing industry. Yeah. He's actually remodeling a house for the basement, literally from the ground up, and the previous owners of this house had dogs that just literally destroyed the basement. I mean, it's worse than a kennel. It's worse than a circus down there in that basement. They just ruined the carpeting, the floor, got in the walls and everything. I'm going to pass them on to you.
Okay.
Because I think they need you.
Yeah.
And that's what you do.
Yeah.
You get rid of really atrocious pet odors.
Yeah, we can help them out. You know, and the first thing, obviously, what they have to do is, like you said, they're taking out the carpeting and stuff. You have to remove the source of the odor, but then that's still permeated within the concrete, within the studs of the walls and everything like that. And you have to clean everything down. You have to clean all the beams and everything like that. And then there's a process of we use commercial ozone machines that basically scrub the air clean.
Wow.
And and that's it's a very involved step. You have to make sure that the house is secure, or the area is secure, and you can't have any pets, plants, or people in that area while this is going on. That's how strong these machines are. Wow. Because it depletes the home of the area of oxygen, and it scrubs it clean. And as long as you get the source out of there first, and then you can just clean that air up.
Wow, that is quite a process.
Yes, yeah.
That is really interesting. Now, one thing I want to talk about really quickly is this is interesting to me. A lot of programs on Discovery, I'm sure you've seen them, about people that hoard garbage in their homes, and I'm sure you've probably seen some of that.
Yeah.
Or they might have, they can't say no to animals. They might have like 97 cats, and that just adds to the stench.
Oh, yeah.
And as a property owner out there, or anybody who's renting out to people who let themselves fall into the situation, worst case scenario, they pass on, you'd be the guy to call to help.
Yeah, that's correct. We deal in many trash houses, and it is an illness that these people have, and they're pretty much burying themselves alive, and they don't want to throw out anything. I appreciate, as having family as well, that you as a surviving family member, you don't want me just to go through the house and dump everything into a dumpster. So we will go through what we deem as trash. We'll put aside, and then we will categorize and list everything else that we take out, and we'll provide you as the surviving family member a list of the stuff, and you tell us what we'll say. This is what we deem as junk, and you can take a look at it. Yep, throw all that stuff out. And these are somewhat valuable things that, or emotionally attached things that you have. And we want you to look at that. So when we're going in, we're not just tearing everything off the walls and throwing it all in a dumpster. I mean, there's a method to our madness.
That's reminds me of a story. You told me a while back. You got a thank you letter from somebody because you prioritize things in such a way.
Yeah, yes. We do take very detailed photo logs of any scene that we go into, be it a trash house cleanup, cleanup after animals, or a cleanup from suicide, homicide, or what have you. We take very detailed photos. We list everything that we're removing, what we've cleaned, what we've disposed of, and it's a very detailed and daunting task as well, and it's appreciated by people that have to do maybe some follow-ups and stuff. And I often get calls from the law enforcement agencies afterward, and they say, "You remember that case you had back in October over there on Crooks Road or whatever? Is there any way that you have a list of things?" Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
And it's one of these things that I feel is very important, and and I believe it helps the family members and or property owners.
Yeah, and also the police, apparently,
yeah.
who are maybe overwhelmed with cases and details. So you're that extra leg of support. That's
right,
great.
Correct.
Wow, very, very cool. And that's important too when you deal with professionals like Brian. He keeps track of all of the things that are important to all involved parties. And if you have your employees clean up these types of situations, in some cases it can be a criminal if it's biohazard. In the case of pet stains, I don't know, maybe not so much, but it's still unpleasant. You want a professional
Correct.
to eliminate that because it's overwhelming.
Yeah, it can be. It really can be.
I love animals, but I don't love the way they smell all the time.
Nobody does.
Yeah, that's amazing. Now, as far as the concept of hoarding is it's something you see a lot. You didn't see a whole lot more of that more and more on the web and on television.
Yeah.
It's an unfortunate thing. It's an illness, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of things that can go wrong in an environment like that.
Yeah, it really can. And all these shows on on cable have really shined light onto that. And you would be very surprised how many of your neighbors. And I mean, everybody, that there are people that just have this illness, and they don't want to throw anything away, and literally they're walking through paths in their houses because garbage is stacked up to the ceiling. And being a firefighter, I see it all the time, and it's a tremendous fire hazard, and it's a tremendous health hazard as well.
Well, yeah, I would think that would be a problem for a lot of things. Bacteria, bugs.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Infestation of rodents, insects, and and nothing against all the cat lovers out there, but I mean, cats really do some damage in homes as far as their when they mark their territory, and that ammonia smell is just
yes.
I mean, if you have 20, 30 cats, I mean, it can really be overwhelming.
Holy cow.
It can take its toll on your respiratory system, and cause you breathing problems, and there's infinite number of things that can cause problems for you.
Wow. Now, folks, if you have any relatives or friends who are in that situation and you don't know who to turn to, here's a resource here for you. Here's a website. And we got the phone number listed right here too. And what's nice about what you do, Brian, is that you're personable and you're reachable.
Yeah.
Unlike going to through the red tape of the health department, which could take weeks, months to get some sort of an answer. You answer right away.
Yes.
And you have a 24-hour hotline.
Yes.
I understand.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay.
And we're here to help you, even if you have questions about anything. I tend to be here to just answer the questions, and just help people out.
That's great. Wonderful. Well, Brian, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Ted. I appreciate it.
And folks, we'll be back with some more of this series, and you want to stay tuned to that. Thanks for watching.